football, gymnastics, whatever it may be. So let me share my screen quick. Share. 1 second. Okay. All right. Are you guys able to see my screen right now? Can someone unmute themselves and let me know if you can see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Awesome. Okay. So we're going to go from right here, guys. Again, thanks for being here. This will serve as our 2023 Wisconsin Youth Hockey STP orientation. One more time, just a quick clarification. Can you still see my screen? We tried this for our Minnesota Youth Hockey Camp, and we could not see my screen. So are we good to go?
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks, guys. So just a quick orientation overview. We will introduce some staff members. I believe there's a couple of them tonight. We'll go over the schedule. We'll cover program offers. We'll go over our bullying policy. We will cover the expectations we have for the athletes at camp. And we'll also touch on some social media. So guys, first and foremost, my name is Corey Lushenko. I am the owner of Lushenko Athletics. This is our 4th year doing training as a company. I've been doing training since I was probably about 19 or 20 years old. I'm 31 now. So hockey's been a part of my game. And I've been training athletes for a very, very long time. My playing career, I played 2 years of juniors in the North American Hockey League. After that, I went to River Falls to play hockey and run track. So I would say that I specialize in speed development and hockey development. I think those two things are, very correlated. I'm super, super excited to be back for another opportunity to grow the sport of Wisconsin in, the west side of the state. So thanks again for, signing your kids up for the camp. And, I assure you that they'll get a lot out of it. And we're going to push them really hard. And there's going to be some tough times along the way, but we're going to also have fun. So I will turn it over to Coach Cooper if Coach Cooper is here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cooper Hoheisel. I've been with Lushenko Athletics here for 4 years, and I started playing my high school career in Chisago Lakes, was a captain there my senior year, then went and played 3 years of junior hockey, and then ended up playing college at Finlandia University in the Upper Michigan. I specialize in working out the kids. I love making them more explosive, and the opportunity to work with them every day and give them any opportunity to excel during the summer and progress their game to the winter.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach Cooper. Just to touch on that, Coach Cooper will be our off-ice strength and conditioning coach this year. If for whatever reason you don't see me at camp, or if I'm sick or something happened, Coach Cooper is going to be second in charge, and he's been with us for a while, and we're really excited to have him back. I will now turn it over to our new goalie coach, Jake Johnson.
Hi guys, my name's Jake. This is my first year helping out with Corey, but I've been teaching and coaching for the past 10 years. I'm a goalie instructor. I opened up my own goalie training academy called Head, so you might see the goalies wearing the training there. But I've been doing this for a while, and I'm really excited to get to know some of your kids. Thanks to you guys.
All right, thank you, Jake. I know it was kind of tough to hear, but like you said, he's the owner of a Head goalie training. He's been working with our Minnesota camp here. We're going into week 6 right now. So he's been working with our goalies for about 6 weeks, and they made a lot of progress. And we're super, super excited to kind of, have someone who has their own business join our staff, and it's going to be great for our goaltenders. I'll now go into my brother, Landon Lushenko. So Landon actually got a full-time job, so he will be at camp sparingly. But Landon, like most of us, played junior hockey, played college hockey. He actually pretty much helped start this camp with Greg Sloop. They kind of got the ball rolling. So, without Coach Landon, without Mr. Sloop, this probably wouldn't be possible. So Landon will be there from time to time, but might not be there as much as he was last year. Next person, my sister, Megan Lashenko. She too will kind of be hit or miss on attendance. She just had a child, so we're super excited to add the first grandbaby to our family, and my parents are really pumped about that. But if Megan does come, she'll be doing yoga. She is our yoga director at our Minnesota campuses and our Minnesota camps. She played Division I hockey at Bemidji State. She was a Miss Hockey finalist, and she's also played at the international level, and she's been invited to some development camps for Team USA. So, like I said, she'll be there when she can make it. Next, we'll go on to Jenna Lowry. Jenna Lowry should be there, I would say, every single session, barring something were to come up. Coach Lowry is a current Division I player for the University of Minnesota Duluth. Like my sister, she was a Miss Hockey finalist. She also participated internationally for Team USA. So, anytime we can have a Division I or a current Division I athlete on staff, whether it's a guy or a girl, it's super beneficial for the campers because they can learn from someone who's currently learning from one of the best in the nation. So super excited to have Jenna Lowry back again. Danny Bergen, she's also new to staff this year. So Coach Danny also plays Division I for University of Minnesota Duluth. She too was a Miss Hockey finalist. As you can see, she was the captain of our USA national under 18 team. So she was, representing the red, white, and blue, and was able to be a leader for our program. So, we're super excited to have her on staff this year. Like I said, she's new. So, she's still kind of learning the ropes, but she's been with us in Minnesota as well. So excited to have her on staff. Next one, Jake Wallen. This is a guy that we've had on staff for 2 years now. So I know Coach Jake because I used to play against him and his brother in high school. They're both from White Bear Lake, Minnesota. The reason why I'm super excited to have Jake back is he's a current pro hockey player. He plays for the Wichita Thunder in the ECHL, played Division I at St. Cloud State. He also too played on the international level. So yeah, really excited to have Coach Jake back. It's pretty unique for, camps to have, a current pro player be on staff, and we're super thankful for his time, and he has a lot of knowledge to share. Next person will be Tate Swanson. So Coach Tate will also be at camp. He doesn't have quite the resume hockey-wise, but I think where he makes up with that is he's a teacher. He's a physical education major at St. Cloud State. He's someone who's going to be a really, really good coach someday. Someone who had a good high school hockey playing career and probably could have played after, but kind of wanted to get his career started. So Coach Tate will also be there, and we're really pumped to have him on staff. All right, guys, I'm going to now transition into the schedule. So the schedule will follow a similar format to last year. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, squirts will be on ice from 6 to 7:30. Remember, for on ice training, we do have an hour and a half. It does get long. It'd be smart to have your athletes pack some snacks, whether that's Gatorade, granola bars, but make sure they're well equipped for camp. Then that's going to be followed up by off ice from 7:45 to 8:45. While that's happening, Pee Wee Bantam U15 will be off ice from 6 to 7. Notice that the dryland training is only an hour, and this group will have a good 30 to 45 minutes before they hop on the ice from 7:45 to 9:15. If we take a look at our Sunday schedule, we do go earlier. We're also currently providing training for the Menominee High School hockey team. So we do our camp, we do their camp before we do training with you guys on Sunday. So on Sunday, as you can see here, squirt U8, U10, 2 to 3:30 on ice, 3:45, 4:45 off ice. Pee Wee Bantam U15, 2 to 3 off ice, 3:45 to 5:15 on ice. So if you have questions about that, please reach out and I can share our schedule again, but it should be easily accessible through our website. Now we're going to kind of get into the program offers. So when the kids come to train, they'll get over 22 hours of training. We really, really push the athletes really hard because we only have so much time with them. Big thing that they'll get is they'll get coaching from pro players, college players, former collegiate players. I would think that, or I believe that we have probably one of the better staffs here in even Minnesota with the amount of, pro and college players we have. And, that's a lot of knowledge that we share with the athletes, and everything that we know gets, transferred down to them. And I'm not going to sit here and say that we have all the answers, but we have a lot of experience. We've all played long enough to understand where maybe we fell short, or maybe, what worked best for us. So with the exception of that, we'll also do We'll do the video breakdown of the skating stride. The reason why I'm really excited about this piece is because we will now start to compare, the athletes who were here last year. We'll actually pull up their skating video and we'll compare to this year, and we'll see, are they skating better? Do they still have an issue with stride length? Are they too wide? Is their head and chest not, in an appropriate posture? So I think that's one benefit of coming back to camp every year, is we can kind of compare and contrast data. And the reason why we film the skating is it's the most important part of hockey. If you look at a hockey game, especially as you get older, the puck's not going to be on your stick as much as it usually is, whether it's you're a squirt or a peewee or U10 or U12. So it's really important to skate well without the puck. We will do film sessions. So the parents who kind of stuck around, we do film sessions in the warming area at the Baldwin Civic Center. It's super good to do that stuff because the athletes are really, really visual. And the way the world is trending, a lot of these kids, they have iPads at an early age. They're watching highlights at an early age, which there's some pros and cons to that, but we will watch a lot of film. We will offer player evaluations. So at the end of camp, I will sit down virtually with all of you and we'll go over strengths of your athlete and areas of improvement. I think this piece is really important because I have no affiliation with your guys' youth hockey associations with the exception of running a summer camp. So, all the feedback that we provide, it's going to be corrective feedback. It's going to be positive feedback. And hopefully it's feedback that can, help your athlete take that next step in their development. We will do on ice and off ice training, and we will try to get some yoga in along the way. Just a few clips, guys. This is a film session that we have. This is our Minnesota camp. This, I believe, was maybe our squirt or peewee defensive camp. So Minnesota, we do have forward defensive camps. We kind of do a lot of things, but I'll plug in the iPad and we'll watch film for about 10 to 15 minutes. I think too, it depends on the group how much time we can watch film, because sometimes the kids get squirrely and we are aware of that. But just some cool pictures here. This next one, this is a video of me. This two here is in Minnesota. We're kind of filming some of the kids doing crossovers. Super important, guys, to kind of pinpoint the skating because, when you're young, it's important to understand technique the right way. We have a handful of kids that will come to me as high schoolers and bantams, and they want me to essentially restructure their skating stride, and it's possible, but it takes a lot of time and energy. So if we can kind of pinpoint some of the skating issues early on, it should hopefully allow your campers and your athletes to be a lot further developed than kids they're playing with and against. Next, we'll go into our bowling policy. So strike one, let's say, someone calls someone a mean name. Someone's being mean to someone in line. But the first strike is we remind the athlete of the expectation that, hey, we're here to have fun. We're here to, we're here to make relationships and create memories, and we don't want, people being mean. Second strike is we would meet with the athlete and the parent. So if the bullying were to persist, we would have to meet with the parent as well. And the third strike, we remove the kid from camp. So unfortunately, this year at our Minnesota camp, we've, I think, let go of one kid so far. Just it wasn't working out, and we just reimbursed them. So, we're just gonna, try to avoid this as much as we possibly can. Easier said than done, but we want to have an inclusive environment that's a bullying-free environment where kids can kind of grow and develop their hockey skills. So here's the expectations we have for the athletes. I think the most important one is wear appropriate athletic apparel. So during dryland, we do a lot of running. We do a lot of weighted sled pulls as well. So it's really hard to be a productive athlete in dryland if you're wearing Hey Dudes or Crocs or sandals. And those things are the footwear I mentioned. Those footwear are all appropriate for the cabin. They're probably appropriate for the beach, but not for dryland training. So make sure that the kids are ready to go. For the athletes, be prepared to give maximum effort. Like I said, rolling with you guys for a couple weeks. So it's super, super important that you give us everything you have. And in return, we'll make sure that we're giving you guys everything we have too. So be unafraid to make mistakes. So I think a big misconception that athletes have at a young age is if I'm making a mistake, I'm not doing things the right way. In order to grow, you actually have to fail. Again, it's easier to understand the older you get, especially as adults, that failure is a part of the process. But we want to make it known that if you're skating too fast and you're out of control and you happen to lose an edge or fall down, that's good. That means you're growing. I would say also to enjoy the process. So my biggest goal is to have all the athletes be at a certain level at the first day camp, and then by the last day camp, hopefully we can kind of progress them, and by the end of it, hopefully they're bigger, faster, stronger. They can skate better, shoot better, stick handle better. Like I said, along the way, we're gonna have some fun. We'll play some games, but don't be too hard on yourself and just try to enjoy the process. I mentioned this earlier, but bring snacks and hydration. We do have a good chunk of time with certain groups before dryland training and before we're going on ice. So last thing I would say, to respect everyone's ability level. I think when you do a camp like this, you have athletes from different communities, from different walks of life. So, we'll have some really high-end campers and we'll have some campers who might be new to the sport. So just make sure we respect everyone's ability level. Last thing I want to mention, guys, follow us at Lushenko Athletics on Instagram and Facebook. I should mention to like our pages as well. So we will update our social media with videos, pictures. We also do a weekly camper award. That's super fun to give out some prizes for that. I think the reason why I like doing this is it's kind of cool for, grandparents, relatives who might live out of the state to maybe get a glimpse inside of camp to see kind of what we have going on. So let me get out of here. I'm going to show you our Facebook quick. So this is our Facebook. Again, these are our campers of the week from Minnesota. We just recently posted a video, a week 1 recap of our Menominee High School camp. Our Instagram too is very, very similar. Kind of the same things that we have going on here, but we try to, post a lot of content. So you can kind of get an inside look at what we're doing. And, like I said, we're going to have fun along the way. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to stop recording as well. Just again, thank you guys for your time. We're super, super pumped to be back. It's good for me to, work with the athletes. I think the good thing about coming back to our camp is, we can kind of progress our development plan a little bit quicker. Because I see the registration list. There's a lot of returning campers, and we're super, super pumped about that. So, like I said, I'm going to stop the recording there. If you have questions, please stay on, and I will answer them. If not, you are free to go.